Oh, yeah. What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you. We got fantasy news today. We got the Tuesday show going down. We got the whole Tuesday crew in the building. We got my man Hector in here from Breaking Down the Tape.
Yeah, I said what I said. Let's smoke some weed and talk some football.
Let's get it. And then we got Bogard in the building, repping the GMM Network, who's also working daddy daycare at the same time.
What's happening? I'm a father of several children that I'm aware of.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. This is a live quagmire.
No. Quagmire was a creep. I refuse that. I refuse that comparison.
Before we get to some of this news, so Tuesday is always the slowest day as far as news goes, so we'll get to the Q&A a little bit quicker than normal, but we'll shout out everyone who's up in here. My man Antonio up in the building, repping New York. What up, bro?
Yeah, it's our birthday coming up, Antonio. Let's
go. Oh, yeah, and shout out to Antonio. So remember we were talking about getting some kind of memorabilia piece for Stu. So he actually got Stu a signed Micah Parsons mini helmet. It was supposed to get to Stu tomorrow, but it ended up getting there today. So I get a call from Stu, and I didn't know what he was calling me about, and starts talking to me about everything. And he was like, I wasn't even trying to talk to you about all that. He was like, I just wanted to know who got me the mini helmet. He was like, that shit is so dope.
That's fire. That's fire. And shout out Fantasy Football Hustler. I just noticed the Boys in the Hood t-shirt.
Keeping it OG. Oh, hey,
yeah. You know what's funny? I have that same exact shirt.
I know you do. So, and it was funny because I saw you wearing it. And shout out to Ross if that's where you got it from. Like, man, I'd be loving those $10 shirts at Ross.
I'm in Target, like, is probably like as much as I'm in anywhere. I'm in Target, right? Because when you have several children, that Target has everything you need. And I always go to the graphic tee section, and they always have some fly obscure shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, Bogart's over here showing the fucking color spectrum and shit.
Like, look at Pink Floyd right here, Target.
Yeah. You know Hell yeah. I'm like, loving it.
I love Pink Floyd. And this is the album to have, too. The fucking Dark Side of the Moon joint. Shit.
It's going to happen one time where, because, I mean, I got the red and black NWO shirt, and I see Justin wearing that from time to time. Bogart's got the Austin 316 shirt. I got that. So it's going to happen one time where we come rocking the same gear. It's bound to happen.
Listen, I'll make the phone call. We can all act surprised.
We're going to all link up and wear the same shit. Come decked out the same way.
That's how you know we went. That's how you know we went Hollywood, because we start getting in sync. You know,
right?
Outfits.
What up, Ed? Ed Tay in the building said, "What up, family?"
What up?
He said the best news is here. Hell yeah! Make sure you guys are always tapping in Monday through Friday. Triple X Lex in the building. What up? What up?
Yeah, adult film star. Triple X Lex.
Creepy Facebook user.
Facebook user says, what up, bro? I don't know if that's Zeb, but I see Zeb hopping over on YouTube. So what up, bro? Taco Tuesday. And the trees.
Bro, I love Taco Tuesdays, man. We got this
it's Token Tuesday. Token Tuesday.
Oh, there we go.
I love Taco Tuesday though.
I'm not having tacos today though.
Yeah, I still meant what I said. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's my new one. I meant what I said.
Nah, it's all good. You said what you said.
And Zeb in the building said, love the Pink Floyd, bro. Hell yeah. Fire. Fire right there. Who else is up in here? Corey in the building. What up, Corey? What's going down, bro?
Yeah, what up, Corey?
Second Take Extra in the building. What's going on, bro? Second Take Extra is always in the building. You the man. You the man.
Shout out to Second Take Extra, man. You know what I mean? Always coming in bagging on the boys too. I like it. Bag on the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. And Stu's in the building.
Bag on the boys, I don't want to hear about it.
Speaking of the boys, shout out to Stu.
Antonio's a savage. He said Token Tuesday leads you to Taco Tuesdays, not the food though.
Hold on. It is a food in some cultures.
Oh yeah, like remember? I mean, you guys seen Half Baked? You know, it's like give me a box of condoms. And what's that stuff? We used to eat all the time back in the day. Pussy. And Stu, what up, bro? He said Antonio 420 and Hustler, the Micah Parsons autograph mini helmet made my day, and said, what's up, Bogey? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Stu. Hey, Stu, I got to give you an update. I lost this week in the Pace League, but I'm still sitting at number one. This league's a grind, but I think and my team's so beat up. But like what's helping me out is that everybody's just cannibalizing each other, and I have like a 3-game win, lead on everybody. So it's like I could theoretically drop 3 weeks and still be in it. I don't want that, but I'm just saying I like because I'm representing his charity, and we finna take this thing.
There we go. And Stu said you better not be talking shit, Bogey. I think he was talking about the boys.
Oh, listen. First of all, I also have a problem with that nickname for the Cowboys, right? Because the boys are the police. You know what I mean? And I just don't like the police there very much. And you put the star on it, it's like a sheriff. Sheriff. I don't like sheriffs neither. You know what I mean? So it's just and I'm a Niner, so there's that. You know what I mean?
There we go. And Zeb said Half-Baked Trees. Love that movie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Triple X Lex said, y'all are going to make me look into that industry. The name is just too good. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Just go in there and pretend to be the guy like the Lex Luthor character, back the wrestler back in the day. Like, figure out that. That should be hilarious.
Yeah. And don't forget about us little people when you blow up. You know what I mean?
Yep. JC Money in the building. So what's up, family? What up?
Shout out to JC Money.
I'm an island boy in the building. So what's up, my guys? What is going down?
What's up, brah? Where you stay, brah?
All right, we'll get to a couple pieces of news here. We'll go over the comments first. So we covered this yesterday. Antonio said TJ Watt results came back negative. Whoop, whoop. And yeah, it was on his knee and his hip. So we'll find out more tomorrow if he practices at all. But they said he might not even miss any time. Could miss time. There's a lot of coach speak yesterday.
Well, we all know the knee bone connects to the hip bone. You know what I mean? That's the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they just said that from what I've seen too, they just say he's sore, but it doesn't look anything too crazy serious. Just give him some time to get the bruises away.
Did this happen? The injury occurred in overtime, if I remember correctly. I know it was late in the game. It was
a weird tackle. I think it was on a sack, and it must have been the way he just landed because I saw it in slow motion and it didn't look anything crazy, but it just had to be the way he landed.
It looked crazy.
Yeah, no. So what it was is one of the defensive linemen was sacking the QB, but he didn't go down. And then TJ Watt comes over for the gang tackle, and then everyone kind of fell at the same time, and it was like his knee got banged up against his defensive lineman's knee, and it was just like their knees going bam, like right into each other, and yeah, totally messed him up. Still had a crazy ass day though. He might have been the number 1 IDP player on the week, even after getting hurt.
For real. He went pretty loco.
Oh, yeah. He's a savage. And then, all right, moment of silence. Chase Young out for the season.
One for the homie.
Yeah, pour it out for the homies. And we talked about how he wasn't doing the best stat-wise, IDP-wise, but as far as impact on the game, helping out everybody else on that line, like Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, he was taking double teams on literally every single play. So anybody who thinks Chase Young is out, let me just go fire up all these other guys because now they're going to do better. No, that's the exact opposite is going to happen.
He would get chipped and then double teamed.
Yeah. You get chipped by the tight end, you get the tackle, and then you get the running back who's blocking him also. So he's got to get through 3 people to get to the QB.
And you said it, Fantasy Hustler. He's not having the season like he was his rookie season. It wasn't just, but he makes a disruption. He's always a key part of the game and a key part of the play. No matter what he's doing, he's affecting that play no matter what.
It's funny because someone I always think of in mind when I that description is Jadeveon Clowney, because Jadeveon Clowney in his career, because Chase Young is not Jadeveon Clowney.
I think Ndamukong Suh,
just someone who's always involved in wrecking the play somehow. If they weren't the one hitting home and taking the QB down, they were wrecking shop somehow in the play. You know what I mean? And that's what Chase Young was this year. You know what I mean?
Same thing. I think an Ndamukong Suh like that.
Yeah, I mean, Ndamukong Suh was just, man, like
he's just his attitude and his fucking dumbness.
Hold on, he's still playing, right?
He's on the Bucks, man. What are you talking about? He's on the Bucks. He won the championship last year with them.
This year. Like I keep
he's still playing.
Yeah.
He's playing. He didn't even get. I mean, I think he might have missed a game or two, but it was JP. I think JPP's missed more time than he has this year.
JPP got hurt again.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, good example. I mean, if we can relate it to offense, he's like Lorenzo Neal blocking for LaDainian Tomlinson. You know, I mean, he gets the credit from people who know. But if you're just looking at the stats, you're like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he even on the team?
It wasn't. I mean, remember when Bo Jackson? I mean, obviously, I don't remember this because I was young, and probably if I was paying attention as a 4-year-old, I'd be like, "Fuck the Raiders." But Marcus Allen, he ended up being a fullback for Bo Jackson when they brought in him.
Yeah.
Like, you forget how important, or how about fucking Kyle Juszczyk to my Niners, bro? Like, everything he does doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it helps everyone that shows up on a stat sheet. You know what I mean?
That's for sure. That's for sure. Let me see. All right, let me see. Was there any other pieces that anybody mentioned here? And we're going to get to questions and answers at the end, so just hang on to those, guys. Oh, here we go. Here was one of the pieces. Dame Harris is questionable. Think he plays Thursday. He practiced today. I wasn't expecting him to practice. He practiced today. We got to follow this all the way up until Thursday, but I think he's trended in the right direction.
He didn't play Sunday. I think they save him for the short week because he getting into practice is key because it's Tuesday. So this is their Friday. You know what I mean? Like before a Sunday. So this is big. He probably gets cleared Wednesday, and then all the Ramondre Stevenson guys, like, be careful. You know what I mean? Because if Damian Harris plays,
that extra time, they were giving him that extra time.
Yeah.
There's no reason to rush him.
Yeah, and Mac Jones is that guy, bro. I don't give a fuck what no one says.
Like right now, they were without him, they were taking care of the run game. They were piecing and puzzling, and they got these guys going off for no fucking reason. So why rush him right now? They got something going. Let him come back 100% healthy.
It's just a concussion, though. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like leg injury. So if he's practicing, New England's funny like that. You know what I mean? Like they'll even make you a healthy scratch if they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Probably the team neurologist probably passed him already if he's practicing. Because that's the process. Your team neurologist clears you.
You know Belichick. Belichick don't give a fuck. The next best thing is the best thing for the team. He picking whoever's hot is who's he playing. Belichick is crazy. He don't give a fuck if you're ready.
Evil genius is more like it.
Evil Emperor. Oh my gosh.
The Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah. Oh man. We hate him. All right, let's see. And I'm checking something real quick right now before we get into this next thing. Hold on just 1/2 a second. There we go. All right, so here we go. And David in the building. What up, bro? And Zeb said, with Corduroy, Pimp, and Patterson out, go Agnew or Dearness. So here's the thing. Corduroy Pimpin is practicing today. Everybody heard that. I mean, it was a lot of coach speak on Monday. That's all we heard. A lot of coach speak.
It was a lot of speculation of the injury, potential high ankle sprain. You know, for people that believe in pimping, all we heard was potential. So it's like you're telling me there's a chance, and now he's practicing. Right, he's pimping.
This is the exact reason I didn't even bring this up on the show yesterday, because it was 1,000,000% speculation. Nothing from the coaches, nothing about MRIs coming back being positive or anything like that. So that's the exact reason I didn't even mention this yesterday, because I didn't want to freak people out. And it's a short week. He may miss, but as of right now, he's practicing. Everyone thought that it was a high ankle sprain and all that shit. If it was a high ankle sprain, he wouldn't be practicing right now. He would be on IR.
We need pimping in this game because it's a game where New England is clicking and they're playing with a lead. So it's going to be a lot of pass attempts, a lot of playing from behind, a lot of catching up, and New England is the third. They're giving up the third most points. Third most receptions to running backs. So we want Pimpin in this game.
If he's not in, he's asking to go with Agnew or Dearness.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, I feel more comfortable going with Dearness.
Listen, his thing takes care of itself. His own question, because if Nick Chubb plays, then you go to Agnew.
Yeah.
If Nick Chubb doesn't play, Dearness is a smash play. Look at, they got smashed last week, but Dearness still had like a cunt hair under a hundo, and he had 50 something yards and 5 receptions or whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh.
And if Pimpin plays, you're playing him over both of these guys because I think Chubb's going to be coming back anyways.
And because
oh yeah, Ben Pimpin says pimpin'.
Hey, we need that. We need that.
If he plays and he shows up swaggy like this, you play him. That's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, and then
all right,
he goes out there and re-aggravates himself, re-aggravates the injury. Listen, man, I'm not even mad at Pimpin. Because Pimpin is producing when he's on the field.
And there we go. Antonio, he said it. Can't sit a pimp ever. Never, not never. Yeah, exactly. If he plays, exactly. And so don't forget, guys, I know there's a bunch of new people on the stream right now. We're going to be getting to the question and answers in a little bit after we cover the news. It's going to be quicker than most days because there's not too much news to cover today. So if you have questions about news, anything like that, throw them in there. But we're not going to be going over start-sit questions until the end of the show. And here we go. Chosen Rose said, is Big Ben and Chubb going to play this week? We don't know about either one of them as of right now, so we'll just put a pin in that. Tomlin said that Big Ben is going to work virtually until he's cleared. We know Aaron Rodgers didn't do shit while he was at home on COVID. He was just doing at-home yoga, is pretty much what they said his training regimen was.
Hey, man, yoga's supposed to – I was just texting
You texting me. You texting me.
That my man, because my man's like, because I'll be having the back issues. I've been having back issues since my late 20s. And then, Hector last week was expressing how he's got back issues. And I was telling my man's always told me, man, you should do yoga, bro. Put years on your life, this and that, and strengthen your core. And I'm like the shit that the bitches do. I'm like, I can't even stretch and touch my toes, let alone, you know what I mean? I'm about to hold the dog pose and shit. You know what I mean?
I be thinking about it though. I be like,
Yeah.
Well, see, you know what you got to do if you don't want to feel like it's a woman guiding you or something, doing a feminine yoga. You got to do the DD. They call it DDPY. You've heard of that shit, right? The Diamond Dallas Page
DDP yoga.
He takes it to the next level though. I mean, it's all the same poses, but the way he's doing it is more like, I don't know. He's catering to maybe people who want to feel like they're going crazy doing yoga.
I would never consider yoga, but if Diamond Dallas Page was like, "Hey, kid," and I'm like, "Hell yeah," you know what I mean? Like this DDP, like it's all man when it's DDP, right? But the homie can stand up straight and put his leg right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
Well, and I started off doing yoga with like the DDP stuff, and it's nuts because you could literally be standing still, and not your legs not moving or whatever, just standing up straight, and you can make yourself start sweating. It's just all about the way that you're like controlling all the muscles in your body at the same time. It's insane. It's insane. There's all different levels to it.
You know what's the best about that? I could do that right now for free.
Yeah. And there we go. Chosen Rose said it right there. Do yoga for 3 months. It really makes your back feel better. It's all stretching. It's all it is. Like it's all stretching.
My man swears by it. You know what I mean? And he does like the fucking he does the hardcore shit. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking where you got the sauna, like the hot yoga.
Oh, yeah.
He's like it stinks in there, but bruh, he's like you just get used to it. I was like, hey, shout out to my man. He's kind of one of those guys too. I know he got into it because he naturally assumed there's gonna be hella women there. You know what I mean?
And Chosen Rose said 3 times a week, changing lives. There we go. And David said any CMC news? He took a knee to the injured hammy, and he was massaging the scar tissue on the sidelines. I think it was also evaluated for concussion. So
and I think they were smacking the Cardinals so much they were like, you don't need to go back in there.
I've heard nothing about CMC as of yet. So tomorrow's practice is probably when we're going to hear a bunch of news.
Yeah, same. I have CMC in about 2 leagues, and I haven't heard anything. They haven't even suspect anything. And the same as you said, maybe tomorrow, because Wednesday is really when some more shit starts to pop up.
Yep.
Nobody has to give information until Wednesday. So, I mean, these guys are doing press conferences all the time. So some coaches let some stuff out of the bag, Some could be bullshit, too. Like they're not going to lie about an injury, but we got to decipher through the coach speak. Nice. And I'm an island boy. I said, do some goat yoga.
I'm an island boy.
All right. Some other news. We'll go to Bogard's 49ers. So Elijah Mitchell, I've seen 2 things. One thing said he had a fractured finger, and then the other one said that he had a broken finger. Coach Shanahan says he's hoping that he can practice tomorrow. I mean, that sounds like a lot of coach speak for someone who has a broken finger. What do you say about that, Bogey?
Fucking, I hate Shanahan. I swear he lies, bro. Like he's maybe not lying, but he just doesn't tell the truth, right? And like, here's another thing. Like Jeff Wilson is gonna get a lot of work. You know what I mean? And like, there's no way around it now because it's either a fractured finger or broken, and that's not good for a running back's security on a ball. You know what I mean?
And real quick, here's one thing that I was going crazy in the beginning of the game. Because I was like, who the fuck is this? Like, I was like, that's not 20-something. Who's this getting the runs this early in the game? And it was 19, and I was like, what the hell is Debo doing getting snaps on the very first drive of the game at running back? Bogard, have you heard any? Do we know? All I could think of is them trying to confuse the shit out of the Rams. They confuse the shit out of me.
Remember yesterday on the show, I was saying Jimmy plays well against the Rams in his career, and we always play the Rams tough because it's like master versus student. You know what I mean? And I am on record for saying I think Sean McVay is a better head coach because his record shows it, right? But when it comes to this offensive-minded genius shit, it's all Shanahan. When he came out with Debo and getting the first carry of the game, that's to set the tone because Debo also in his career tears the Rams up every time. They said it was his plan to run the ball 40 times. And they got to it. No. Shanahan. I believe it.
And they did it. They got to over 40 rushing attempts.
Listen, going into this month, the Rams were, I think it was like 21 against the run, and they're like mid-20s now. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure they're lower after we killed them last night.
I mean, mind you, right now you get the acquisitions of Von Miller, OBJ, and all this thing, and you think, ooh, flashy, but they got less than fucking like 72 hours to even get I don't even think they got a practice in.
Well, now they got.
You thinking they're just gonna go out there and like perform?
It was like that walk through practice or whatever, like on Saturday. I think that's the only
you
time.
Think they're gonna learn? Like, you think they're gonna know every fucking play the right fucking way? No, you're gonna get stomped on by any fucking team going out there not knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Last year, the type of year we had last year with COVID and no preseason games and no training camp for real. This is how players had to get rapport in live action. So
I've never seen Von Miller ever get pancaked until last night, and George Kittle, a tight end, was the guy to fucking pancake him.
Listen, we got a great offensive line, though. You know what I mean? And Kittle's an extension of that. Here's another thing, though. Before I lose my thought, the first play of the game, he goes to OBJ. I mean, the first target of the game, and then OBJ he whiffs on a big one. He got a step or two on Mosley, I think it was, and then
Stafford threw that into oblivion.
He stopped running. He
stopped running. He literally gave up on the route.
He gave up on the route and fucked that up. And you know what's crazy?
Interception, INT.
Yeah, INT. And you know what was crazy is that fucked up their whole mojo. Like OBJ literally, because imagine OBJ gets that. It's a house call. And the momentum is so crazy out the gate. You know what I mean? That's how reckless Sean McVay is. It's like all or nothing all the time. I mean, they're the Hollywood Rams. Are they not all or nothing? They're about star power. And you know what I mean? Because star power also is influence and you know what I mean? And intimidation. You know what I'm saying? Like, but look at just a well orchestrated game plan, and we got in their ass.
But it goes all the way back. We can go back to when we were kids, and there was like Disney movies. You guys remember the famous Jet Jackson? He did a cameo in the Johnny Tsunami movie, and all throughout that movie, they just kept saying it: "Go big or go home," and that's what you got to do. And it was really just they bet on the wrong person there. Did you notice how they kept taking OBJ out every time they were getting into the red zone? Because that's the part where, the red zone work, I can only imagine.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why.
He wasn't there for,
no. You know why, right? Because Sean McVay, just like I said, because he's a Shanahan ripoff, you have one look. You could have 21 personnel, and then you have 4 or 5 plays that are built into that one look. OBJ is not going to know none of that shit. That's why he's not in the goal line packages. You know what I mean? Or in the red zone packages.
Yep. All right, couple other pieces one more piece for the 49ers. Debo has a shin contusion, is day-to-day. So pretty much the shit that Antonio Gibson, was dealing with, that shin contusion.
No. That's different. A contusion's just a bruise. It's a glorified bruise.
What was wrong with his? Oh, he
had a shin splint, so he had a micro fracture.
Kobe Myers for AJ Dillon? Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll take AJ Dillon and buy two.
Now, fucking Aaron Jones is out for at least 2 weeks with an MCL sprain. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
What up, Matt? Dillers, Niners, or Titans defense. The Dolphins, Niners, or Titans defense. Damn, I like all of them, and I
kind of like all of them.
I'm going with the Titans though. They're my number 1 overall D on the week, going against the Texans. But
I was gonna go with the Niners because I think they're playing Jacksonville.
They are. The Dolphins also. I know. Damn it, the Dolphins play someone weak.
I think they play. Is it the Jets?
It is the Jets. Yeah. There you go. So everyone has good schedules here.
Hey, don't you talk about them. Don't talk about my team. Shut your mouth. No, I know they shit. I know they're fucking garbage.
Hey, but Antonio, he's a Jets fan too, and he says always stream against the Jets. and then also, would you drop Jacoby Myers for AJ Dillon? Hell yeah, dude, do that right now. He shouldn't even be a free agent in your league. He's not.
You damn sure right. I always be stoned out my damn mind.
Hell yeah. Listen,
there we go.
If I saw Hector and he wasn't stoned, I'd be like, who are you?
Right?
That's just like on Half Baked. If we go in there and Samson sees us all clear-eyed and shit.
On that, he reminded me that I just packed my bowl.
There we go. Let's get it.
Abracadabra, B.
And all right. Some other pieces on the Steelers that I forgot to mention when we touched on them real quick for the Big Ben stuff. So Minkah Fitzpatrick, talked about it yesterday. He got put on COVID reserve, and Tomlin said he doesn't anticipate him being back this Sunday. So Minkah Fitzpatrick, that's a huge piece of their defense. So between him and TJ Watt potentially being out, Steelers might suck on defense this week. And other piece from the Steelers is that Claypool is going to practice tomorrow.
I mean, he's been out for a while now. What is it, like 3 weeks?
I think it's only been 2.
Is it 2? 2?
Hasn't been a crazy
amount of time. 3 fucking weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a big part of their offense.
Yeah.
That'll definitely help Deontay Johnson to get open in the red zone. Claypool's a big Deontay Johnson's a red zone guy. Claypool will open the long field. He'll get them to the red zone. And he can score.
Yep. Yeah.
And no, man, I'm not coming at you, man. You would know if I was. I said
Pick
what
up Dylan. Pick up Dylan right now.
Pick him up. Pick him up.
Is Gallup dropping?
I had Dylan. I picked him up like 2 weeks ago, Dylan.
Yeah.
And I had him sitting on my bench. He had a decent game, and I had him sitting on my bench because I was doing all right. And I looked this week, and I'm like, fuck. I did not expect that.
Yeah. We can't expect a guy like Aaron Jones to go down and get hurt. He's been doing all right when Jones was there, but yeah, taking it to a whole different level when he was the main guy. And that is Gallup droppable. I want to say hold him for a little bit. I feel like we got to hold him. I mean, Jacoby Myers, he finally got that touchdown, but he's like never scored a touchdown until then. So, I mean, who knows? That could be like the one touchdown he gets like all year for all we know.
Yeah. Mac Jones, he's already shown that he'll hit any target that's open. If you'll catch the ball and you're open, he's hitting you. So he's not solidifying that he's going to go shoot to just one guy. Gallup, I wouldn't say drop him. You got to wait. You got to see what's going to happen with him. It's too early.
Yep. And Francisco said, hey, guys, I'm a little late. If you talked about Rashaan Gary, do you know anything? He was having an elbow MRI today. So I'm looking around. I don't see anything except that him and Aaron Jones avoided major injury. But I have not seen anything coming about his MRI specifically today. But if I do, I will let you know. Yeah, not seeing anything up in here yet. All right. And then last piece of news. This one is pretty funny. The Ravens, they released Le'Veon Bell.
Whoa, I didn't even see that. But it's not like they were doing anything.
Nope. And I don't even think he was pissed. I think he feels like he was playing with house money anyways.
I mean, he started on the practice squad. He got elevated because of all the injuries. I mean, yeah, he came out. He had like a touchdown. I think he had like 2 touchdowns for them all. But they didn't see him in that entire system. It was just like they got him. They had him just to bring him for security.
Yep. Execution Le'Veon to the Titans. I don't think he has anything left.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was like, he was never really super fast, but he was always just like hella quick with the crazy acceleration. And
it's the way he runs the ball. He sits back and lets the line opens the hole, and then he hits the hole explosively. And he has the stiff arm, the juke, and everything to get to the end zone. But that only worked that one time in Pittsburgh for that few years.
Yeah, and they had a really, really beastly line, and he had good acceleration back then.
And they also had Antonio Brown, plus I think they also had Deontay Johnson as like a rookie with who was the other receiver?
Juju was still there. Who you thinking
Juju, of? I think Juju was still there. He was like a slot.
Yep, they had a bunch. And Javi, what up, Javi? Said Damian Harris or Stevenson. We talked about Damian Harris a little bit earlier. He's still going to be the number 1 guy if he plays, so everyone's got to remember that. And he had a concussion, and he's already practicing today. That was some of the news that we covered a little bit earlier.
Yeah, right. Damian Harris fucking gets the clear. It's hard. It's going to be a game time decision, if anything, and then it'll probably be a late in or out. So it's hard to decide on that.
Yep. All right. Before we get into the Q&A, Tuesday shows are a little bit shorter, so we'll be able to go back and check out some of the questions, but you can start throwing those in now. But before we do that, I got to remind you guys about Super Draft Pro. The link is in the description. I'm putting the link in the chat right now everywhere. Bogart's got the link in his channel description as well on YouTube. You guys got to go check this out. This shit is super fun. Like, if you're not able to play DraftKings, or maybe you just think DraftKings, like, you're never able to win money because there's like tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people playing in each contest, this platform is for you. I actually came in first on a game on Sunday, and it was fucking dope. Like there was only like 600 and something people in there, and it still felt dope to come out first. You know, like there's tiers. You got a free tier minimum. You go sign up on that. The shit is free. Just click the link and go sign up. There's also a $20 tier, a $50 tier, and a $100 tier. I'm on the $100 tier. Everyone that I'm messing with is on it too, because it's $25 a week and you get 4 contests per day. 4 contests per day. It's over 120 contests throughout the month, and they're even sprinkling in like random ones that aren't included in your subscription. So you're paying less than $1 per contest. This is fucking amazing. Check out this commercial break, or check out this commercial. We'll be back after the break. See you in a second.
In a world where hope was fading and isolation was growing between friends, family, and fun, and people began to yearn for a better way to earn.
Okay, we've had enough drama in recent history. It's time to reconnect, kick off the game, and play to win cash and prizes. SuperDraft Pro is the official fantasy partner of Caesars Entertainment. Yes, that's Caesars. This isn't your grandmother's bingo night. Imagine the exciting chance opportunity of Las Vegas, only bigger, in the palm of your hand. And imagine the energy of the crowd and the love of your favorite game, connecting you and literally every single person you know playing daily fantasy sports, all while getting paid. This is SuperDraft Pro, and you can stop imagining. Experience it for yourself. Simply download the SuperDraft app and sign up by creating an account. Be a player, or be a coach building teams of players with a range of membership packages that suit your level of interest. And guess what? We know, and you probably know too, that this is a multi-billion-dollar industry with roughly 60 million people playing in North America alone. So, what's new or different about the SuperDraft Pro that's actually a game changer? That's an easy answer. And I literally mean easy. The SuperDraft app is super user-friendly, so playing is easy. So when you play, your chances to win can be easier than other traditional fantasy sports games. It's also set up to level the playing field with our exclusive patent-pending games, which allow you to pick the players you like and the players you trust. This is your draft, your way. See? This really is changing how the game is played. And it's even a game changer for business, because not only can you get paid to play, you can get paid when other people play when you become a SuperDraft promoter by sharing the app. Making money doesn't have to be a grind. Turn your business based at home into your home-based playground, getting paid to play, having fun, wherever you are. Because this virtual model is high speed and low drag, SuperDraft Pro plans to eventually capture the imagination of the world by going global with a simple, proven business that never sleeps. Join the fun. Play, get paid, and tell everybody. Download the SuperDraft and Sportsbook app today. Available on iOS and Android.
SuperDraft Pro, rated F, UN.
Okay, that's enough. You're done.
Yeah, so go get signed up, guys. Links in the link is in the description of the videos. The link is in the chat. But yeah, go get on that right now, guys. And one thing that I'm doing special for my users is followers, viewers, whatever the hell you guys want to be called. Stoners, 420 crew, all the above. When you get signed up on a paid subscription, you get on the $20 subscription, you get 10 extra entries into the signed Darius Leonard jersey. You get on the $50 tier, you get 25 extra entries. You get on that $100 tier, you're getting 50 extra entries into the jersey giveaway. So you really want to stake your claim in there? That's the way to do it. That's the way to get ahead right now. Oh, yeah, and check this out. We got some royalty in the building. We got DK Metcalf in the building. He said, yep, Russ is bouncing back this week. You heard it here, guys. You heard it here.
Yeah, DK, don't forget to subscribe. And
yeah,
DK,
you better.
DK, do better, DK.
DK had to subscribe. I don't let people submit comments without subscribing. So I'll make sure put the screenshot up of this so people know.
Better, DK.
Yeah, you better do better, DK. We had enough.
I need another Baker chase down.
Oh, shit.
And my man Matt getting his super chats in. Good looking, bro. Said Russ and Schultz bounce back this week. So So who's Russ go up against this week?
They
They're
play,
going up.
they play the Cards, and they're falling all apart.
And Murray is still questionable. He may or may not play.
Their bye is in week 12.
I say he don't play, and he gets the extra bye, and he comes back legit.
I think Russ at home is probably, a little bit more of a chance of him not doing what he did last week. I just feel like it was hella cold out there. Anytime it's cold, your injuries just flare up like even worse. I wonder if
his finger didn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said what he said.
Well, his injury is his finger, so that's what I mean. If his finger's all locked up on him, he can't get the touch. Maybe that's something that just kind of screws over every pass that he throws out. Never know.
He came out and said that his injury had nothing to do with the way he played.
Oh, he said that. Okay.
Yeah. You want to know something? Because this is kind of a callback to what I was talking about earlier. Listen, I'm Bogard fucking scot-free, right? And I felt like I was fucking unstoppable, indestructible. And when I hurt my back, what hurt the most was I'm like, damn, I'm not indestructible. You know what I mean? It was the realization that I'm a mere mortal. You know what I mean? And I think that's what Russ is going through here, because he's like Mr. Unlimited and always like motivations and just gotta believe. And now he's like, damn, I could really break. You know what I mean? He's broken.
And Schultz, I don't know about Schultz. He's one of those guys that, outside of a top couple tight ends, there's really a whole bunch of guys that get in there that are TD dependent. And if they don't get that TD, you just wish that you never started them.
This one is easy. It's right when Gallup comes back. Schultz is never like an option to me. You know what I mean?
Schultz isn't even an option to me right now because
I'm saying
between
Gallup,
Cooper and Lamb and
Gallup
and Pollard,
But see, here's the thing. I can argue that because when there is no Gallup, he is the third look in the receiving options, at least, right? Because everybody else is going to be everybody else is accounted for. He always, all his touchdowns this year, he was just running free, bro. No one's looking at him. But once he's not a look anymore, because Gallup is back, you just don't mess with Schultz. Okay, I'll give you more. Say please.
Let's see here. Let's get to some of these other questions. Well, Zeb said Chubb news, hold Dearness. So hold Dearness until we know more. Do not drop him.
Hell no.
Hold him regardless. It's just like you treat him like Alexander Madison.
Because at the same time, Hunt is still there's no news on Hunt coming back yet. So even if Chubb comes back, he's still the number 2.
Yeah. Let's see. Nigel. What up, Nigel? Repping Serbia. What up? Should I trade away Tyreek Hill, Hubbard, Booker for Swift, Hopkins? He has CMC and Saquon. I'm not mad.
No.
I guess it's Tyreek and 2 backups, but the thing is, to me, Tyreek is still the best player in this whole trade.
Yeah. Hopkins has been out a lot and has been underplayed this season. Swift has been great, but CMC and Saquon.
Listen, everybody pay attention to this. This is probably me on the other side trying to cash out on a CMC quote unquote injury, and I'm like, hey, you need Chuba Hubbard, and here's DeAndre Hopkins. Hey, don't mind that he's not broken. He'll be all right. And give me Tyreek Hill. Like that. Beware for the wolf in sheep's clothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that trade. That's me on the other side.
Yeah, especially, anytime there's more than 1 for 1 or 2 for 1, things like that, I got to have the best player in the trade coming back to me, unless I'm on the verge of losing and I'm really trying to scrape together as many wins as I can. That's the only way that I would be okay with letting the better player in the trade go to the other guy. So no, don't do it. He said, you're 8-2. He's 2-8. So, if he's 2-8,
he shouldn't even be doing trades.
Yeah, and you definitely being 8-2, you should definitely not be trading away Tyreek Hill like at all.
Yeah, no.
Let's see. Zeb said Goff is horrible. Stick with Hawk or Muth going forward. I mean, I like the Muth. I mean, the thing about Hawkinson, and this is what I was talking about all in the offseason, and then after like a couple decent good games, everyone was like, you're fucking wrong. He's the only legit pass catcher that they have. Like, the fans don't just know that. Every defensive coordinator knows that too. So they're going to force other people to beat him. Yeah, he's going to have some good games, but he's not like a wide receiver running routes out there, you know? So he's going to be good some games when the matchup bears, but he's literally like a matchup-dependent tight end right now.
Yeah, and like, it's Jared Goffel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first okayest quarterback ever.
the third okayest.
The first okayest.
Okay.
Second is Wentz.
Nah. Listen, man. You know what? We've had this argument, and we're gonna have this all the time. Is that Wentz just needs to stay healthy and be with Frank Reich, and he's good.
Yeah.
But also Wentz. This is what puts him on this list, though, as the second okayest QB, is because what Wentz is he's not a closer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he can.
I mean, he's been playing great of late, though. I can't speak on his name now because he's been playing great of late.
Yeah, but
he's also had a soft ass schedule the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and
I don't give a fuck. He's been playing great as late because even as a soft ass schedule, we seen him do the shittiest.
But he barely could put away the Jags. Like he could barely close the Jags. You know what I mean? So
OBJ for Kendrick Bourne.
Varun, what are we talking? Trade OBJ for Kendrick Bourne. I would just hold because I don't want either one of them that bad. So whichever one I had, I wouldn't try to trade for one that could potentially be worse than the one that I have.
That's a fact.
Here's my Tuesday gut reaction response to OBJ right now. Like my OBJ outlook is that the moment he was on the field, they were trying to get him the ball, trying to get him acclimated. They went to him on a handful of times. They're gonna go through the bye week. He's immediately the number 2 now because going into last night, I was like Jefferson's gonna have a big game, but they just kept Jefferson as the outside burner, and and instead of OBJ doing the Robert Woods role, they even had another guy in there. I don't even know his name.
Whoever number 18 is, he was pissing me off all game. Yeah. I was like, who the fuck is number 18?
He won't be around after this bye week. You know what I mean? It'll be OBJ, and we're gonna see.
Number 18, I think, is Vance Jefferson.
No. He's number 12.
Oh,
so
everyone kept saying
Ben.
I was saying that.
Here it is, Ben Skowronek.
Oh yeah. God.
It sounds like a diagnosis.
Ben Scrotum?
That sounds like a disease you tell someone to have. I'm sorry, sir. We just diagnosed you with Ben sclerosis or whatever.
You got Ben Scrotum. Ben Scrotum disease.
Yeah.
He went to Notre Dame. That's all I see.
Okay, so
that's why.
And he's a rookie.
Okay, so check this out. I'm trying for the life of me. Help me out because I'm pretty stoned right now. 21 personnel. That's 3 wide receiver sets, right? Or is that no? That's not. Or is that
they were running 4 wide receiver sets at time.
No, but I'm saying this is what they're going to go to predominantly because in 2017 and 18 when he had he had Sammy Watkins, Woods, and Cup. Then he had Brandon Cooks, Woods, and Cup. He ran a ton of 21 personnel, and that's what they're going to do. OBJ is going to be the Robert Woods role, so he's going to get a lot of slot looks, and like the X receiver is just going to remain to be Cooper Kupp. Like that's my new outlook because I didn't like how Justin Jefferson didn't like hop into the shotgun. You know what I mean? He just stayed. You stay in left wing, motherfucker.
Yeah, me neither. That shit sucked.
Yeah.
Alex R says Antonio Brown and Christian Kirk for Keenan Allen. I
would do that.
I mean, I guess my thoughts is more down the road when like Antonio Brown comes back and it starts getting close to playoff time and things like that. So,
but at the same time, Keenan Allen hasn't been playing his best either.
Exactly.
What for PPR? He's awesome.
He's all right. No, we can't say awesome.
Okay.
Not for where he was drafted.
Look at the stats the past couple.
And Christian Kirk, I get it with Christian Kirk, but at the same time, the way that Kyler Murray plays, he doesn't just look at one target. Not even D-Hop has been getting the targets he usually gets. Like, he spreads the ball. So Christian Kirk may or may not have a game that just blows up.
He's been good since their bye week. I will say that he's been way better since their bye week. That's for sure. That's one thing that we can say.
Yeah, but Kyler Murray also has been out for like 2 games.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm talking about Keenan Allen.
Oh, Keenan Allen, yeah, too. Yeah, I'm hoping that they flip this shit around. The Chargers are disappointing me right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess the way that they've been playing, I would do that. Because I don't really care about Christian Kirk. He's whatever. Ruben, what up, bro? Shout out to the 420 crew. Oh, shit. McVay is 0-5 against Shanahan.
Yeah. Well, not 0-5. We've won the last 5 straight.
Okay, there we go.
The first year, 2017, I was at this game. And it was because me and my girl got engaged that year. And I just telling people, every time we were in public, I tell people, we just got engaged. And they would give us free shit. And so we had the bracelets, and we're right there on the sideline, right behind the Rams bench. You know what I mean? And they had because the VIP section, all you can eat, all you can drink. And then they're giving us the treatment, bro. But I remember because it was the first encounter of Shanahan and Sean McVay, Thursday night thriller, bro. Because before this, for years, these Thursday games are a snoozer. You know what I mean? This one went crazy. The over hit like crazy. It was the only big Sammy Watkins game to date with the Rams. And I remember I had him in fantasy, and I'm going crazy because it's just nothing. I don't give a fuck if it's the Rams. It's nothing like when your players are going crazy and you're there. You know what I mean?
That never happened with me because for me, it was always me going to Chargers games. So I remember having Chargers players and not wanting to play them. They've been sucking for me. It's going back some years now at this point. And I remember
I was there when I remember it was when the Cowboys came to the Niners a couple years ago. And Zeke, I was playing against Zeke in several leagues, and it was like he was on a touchdown drought. And he, of course, playing against me in several leagues, and he has 3 touchdowns on the day, and I'm there to witness it, and that shit hurt.
That sucks. And Axel Cushin said I need a running back with Cordell going out. He's not out yet. He's not out. So who should I target? I'm going to be doing a live waiver wire show covering I'm going to do 2, covering the wide receivers and the running backs and just split them apart. Probably be like little 10, 20-minute shows, something like that, just real quick. So tap in for that a little later today.
That's awesome. That's brilliant, because then it just presses up right away after.
Yeah. I don't want to do uploads anymore.
I do like edits you be doing, though. And you know what's funny? You have an edit voice versus your live voice.
Probably because I don't need to yell. No one's listening. I don't got to yell at anybody.
Sure.
Let's see. Hold on. Trying to catch up here. Frank said if Barkley plays, I'm starting him. No brainer. At RB2, I got Freeman. Should I target Wilson or Foreman from Tennessee? And if I'm able to start any of those over Freeman.
I get Jeff Wilson as my priority.
Yeah, especially with Mitchell's finger being broken. For sure.
You get a Niners running back.
Yeah, because what the hell what did Foreman even do this past
Foreman is just the guy who looks like the best runner, right? And Foreman, he got 8 carries, I think 1 target. I mean,
it was 11 carries for 30 yards. It's fucking nothing.
But you know what's funny is so it's 11 carries to Foreman. It's 8 carries to Peterson, and 4 for McNichols. So
how many for Tannehill?
19,
since you just got them all off your dome.
I only know the running backs.
That's good though that you knew them all like that. 5 for Tannehill.
Yeah, because so as a team they ran the ball 29 times, or 28 times total with Tannehill, right? I don't even know.
30 times with Tannehill. AJ Brown had 1 too.
Okay. Like, I just don't. I mean, how are we reviewing this, right? Like, Foreman looks the best. For me, I love him in DFS this week because there's a real ignorant Bogard revenge narrative here. You know what I mean? So there's that. But other than that, he's just a speculative ad. You know what I mean? He was my speculative ad 2 weeks ago because you just want to see what it is. And after 2 weeks of seeing it, I don't think we want any of that backfield.
None of them. They're all trash. All trash.
Back the truck up.
We're taking out the trash.
Take out the trash.
Oh, and well, since we got a bunch of people here right now, I got to tell you guys, I don't know the exact day and time that we're doing it because I'm waiting on the graphic from JC Money. But I'm going to start doing, I used to do my start and sit like episodes where I would do like every single game, breaking them down. But we do so many live streams, I just don't even have time to do that anymore. Shit takes a lot of prep. It takes a lot of editing work and all that shit. So now I'm going to be doing a segment called Fantasy Puff Puff Pass. And it's going to be, we're going to be breaking down like the flex players, you know, all the guys that people are debating on, things like that. And we're either puffing and we're starting them or we're passing on that grass and we're sitting them. And that's going to be starting this week. So make sure you guys are tapped in. I'll let you know what day and time on one of the live streams here very shortly.
Passing on that Reggie.
Yeah.
Don't nobody smokes them stems and seeds.
From my man Matt, we got Schultz, Gronk, or Dawson, Knox.
I'd probably go Knox out of this.
I'm going Knox.
Because
yeah,
I don't think Gronk's going to. Oh, they say Gronk should play week 11, even if, though, he's going to be into a limited.
It'll be limited.
Yeah. I mean, but what is limited for Gronk? Maybe a red zone look or two, and he could catch 2 tugs. I'm just not banking on that. I think Dawson Knox does the same thing. I'd rather go that route.
Yeah, tough
At least
matchup.
you know he'll get a couple yaks.
And
He'll get 3 or 4 fucking targets, but it'll end up being like 30 yards and maybe a TD.
Yeah, all these guys are just the middle of the road tight ends. Any one of them gets a touchdown, they're going to do better than the others. Just how it's going to go. Whoever scores the touchdown is the one to play. I'm an island boy. Do y'all think Bateman is going to go off this weekend? Going up against the Bears? I mean, he's going to be the guy there. You can just see it. He's one of the better route runners. They're asking him to do a little bit more than Brown, and he's going to end up leading the team in targets week after week.
The Ravens throw the ball a lot. They throw the ball a lot this year. I remember on Thursday night, what's his name? The dude that's punch drunk? Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, right? Joe Buck, he was like, this is the most runningest team. I was like, incorrect. Because this year they throwing like a motherfucker. And they all getting targets. Bateman and Brown, them too. Even motherfucking Duvernay be like annoying now because it's like he getting 3 or 4 targets. But listen, Bateman's he's a second half darling.
One thing that's crazy is it baffles me how people don't even realize how much they're not running. But then all you really got to go do is look at their roster. I mean, Latavius Murray is their starting running back. Devonta Freeman is their backup running back. Mm-hmm. Tyson Williams was like 5th string to begin the season, and he's their 3rd string running back. He could barely even pop up to number 3.
Tyson Williams, bro.
And that took getting rid of Le'Veon Bell to get him to number 3. Like, that's how bad the running backs are right now. If it's not Lamar, like, running the ball, everyone else is doomed to fail running the ball. That's why you're throwing it.
And that's why the Ravens they're not going to get that far this season. They got no run game, and everybody knows it.
It's going to be guys like Bateman stepping it up because, like,
that's the thing. Because I think Jackson is more than just a runner. I would have said different this time last year because I felt like, everyone keyed into what Lamar does. But they're unlocking him as a passer, bro. He's made some fucking incredible clutch passes religiously this year. They were in like 3 overtime games this year. Like, and he's like, Lamar Jackson is the truth as a passer, not just a runner. I'm a believer this year.
I got a real question. This is no bullshit. Okay. So Titans, they're 8-2. Other than that, we got the Bills at 6-3. We got the Chiefs at 6-4. I don't even know how the fuck they got to first place that quick after being in third place forever. Well, hold on. And then we got the Ravens at 6-3. With everything that happened to the Ravens running back room and literally having to do a 180 on their like exact scheme that they've been doing for the last couple years, is Lamar Jackson a potential MVP candidate this year?
Yeah, I mean, because naturally his like, okay, let's look at his numbers. Let's have fun with this real quick. Where's his rushing numbers at right now, and his passing numbers, and the TDs, all that shit. Let's prorate this motherfucker.
Man, caught me with me hitting the bong.
All good, because that's how you get the gears moving. You know what I
mean? Oh, for the season, he's got 199 completions, 24-47 for the yards, 14 TDs, 8 interceptions, 107 attempts for 639 yards, and then he's got 2 touchdowns there also.
Okay, so he's probably, I think his ceiling is what, 30 tugs through the air at this pace, right?
But yeah, but I mean, and he would have to he'd probably have to have a couple 4 TD games, mixed in there.
Yeah, and he's got to get the thou wow on the ground, and so that naturally, if he's getting those rushing yards,
6 yards per carry. I mean, 5.97, 6 yards a carry right now.
So if he hits the thou wow and the pure nature of getting 1,000 rushing yards, he's gonna have some rushing TDs too. So maybe he finishes the year about 38, all like total touchdowns, 1,000 on the ground, and over 4,000 for the first time in his career. He could be MVP. And
how about this? The worst line that he's ever had since he came into the league. His last year, 29 sacks in a season. That was the most that he's had. This year, he's already got 28.
The line. It's the line. And it's the running backs that can pass pro too. Because I remember him taking like 4 sacks from the Raiders just because like Mike Tyson Williams was getting knocked the fuck out in Vegas. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, I know it's a little spicy there because we don't think of Lamar as like the MVP guy compared to what he was doing before.
What do you mean? He's been MVP already, so you always got to consider.
Well, but that's what I mean. If we're comparing him to his MVP year, he's not that dude right now. It's like completely different.
That is true. Because right now it's fun for fantasy because we're getting volume in the passing game from Lamar Jackson, right? But back in that MVP year, it was all about the impressive nature of his efficiency too. Like throwing like 25 times a game, and he's like, 18 for 25 or 19. He was doing this like every week. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
And Zeb said Bella's gone. I'm assuming that's a question. Yeah, so we talked about it a little bit earlier on the show. He got released by Baltimore today. Mm-hmm. They finally said your services are no longer needed here, kid.
So I gotta call it night. I gotta bail out.
Sounds good, Hector.
All good, Hector.
Tell everybody where to find you at before you get out of here.
You already know, Hector. I said what I said. Catch me on Breaking Down the Tape. You can search us all on every platform. Breaking Down the Tape. I'm Hector. I said what I said. Good night.
Peace out,
brother. Yeah, he be going to the work like at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Different time zone. I mean, he's on the East Coast, so it's still a little after lunch hour for us here.
Because there's been text message conversations before at my 4 a.m. because that's like when I'm going to sleep, and he's like getting off work about to start his day, or going to lunch or whatever it is.
Yep.
7 a.m. East Coast time.
Yep. Let me see.
Texting. Yeah, yes, I'm texting Hector in the middle of the night.
And Big Kong said Jeff Wilson season.
I have so much Eli Mitchell. It's like makes me upset because it's awesome, and I don't have any Jeff Wilson anymore. And this really pisses me off because I was holding on to him in that Tyrannosaurus Flex League, bro. And I just had too many injuries that I was like, all right, I'm going to chuck him. And then, of course, immediately someone got him. You know what I mean? It's just like, fuck. I had to do it.
What up, Ray? Gamer said, what defense should I pick up and play? The Chargers defense, versus Steelers, and Panthers defense versus Washington, or
Chargers,
the Browns versus the Lions.
I like the Chargers versus the Steelers because theoretically, it's Najee's gonna have a big day no matter what. But it's all about just keeping him out of the end zone, right? You know what I mean? And I don't think Mason Rudolph is gonna, you know what I mean? I don't think he's like great at all. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they almost got lost. They almost lost to the goddamn Lions.
So, I mean, Chargers and Panthers. I mean, when I did my my live stream for the defensive streamers to pick up, both of them were on this list. I'm ranking the Panthers a little bit higher, though, going up against Washington. I don't think they come in and it's different when you play.
Revenge narrative.
Ron Rivera, big time revenge narrative.
And Cam, he's back, hella high pitch, and he's going to stick it to his old coach, too.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm loving the Panthers right now. You already know they have a new resurgence of energy right now with Cam coming in there. And especially right now, they're 5-5. I mean, they're half a game back from the Saints right now, and they're only
and they jumped, they leapfrog the Falcons because they've been dangling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Falcons were middling last week at their 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. And so they're not. I mean, the Bucks are only 6-3. Panthers are 5-5. What's that? Like a game and a half difference or something like that. Yeah, game and a half. So Panthers go.
I really like how like the last two losses for the Bucks really opens up the entire NFC.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then even like when you were saying earlier, how did the Chiefs jump to number 1 so fast? I mean, the Raiders have been finagling, and then you have like Minnesota beats the Chargers all at the same time. And then your Chiefs, they beat the Raiders. You know what I mean? Boom, number 1. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. And last week, everybody was panicking on the Chiefs in reality and in fantasy.
Well, the Chiefs didn't have their bye week, either. So that's another thing. So they're 6-4 right now. Chargers and the Raiders, they're 5-4. So we'll see what happens. They better not lose. They better not lose on the Chiefs bye week. That's what's going to screw them, is if one of them loses during the Chiefs bye week.
And their bye week is week 12.
Week 12 next week.
Yeah.
And who do the Chiefs got this week? The Chiefs got
the Cowboys.
The Cowboys. Gonna be a tough game there. They're at Arrowhead though.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and so the Chargers play the Broncos in week 12. So we got a divisional matchup there, and then the Raiders play the Cowboys in week 12. So Cowboys could mess up this AFC West over here real quick if they go on a 2-game run.
I love the destruction.
Especially the Cowboys, who once they start getting into their NFC East games, everyone's going to be pissed off because there's going to be skating at that point.
What about who else is funny? My man Corky Kirk, because he could fuck it up for a lot of people. What's Minnesota's schedule the rest of the way?
Let's see. Where's Minnesota?
I know this week they got Green Bay.
They got Green Bay this week, so
yeah. So they're gonna lose that one.
They got the Niners next week.
Niners, so they're probably piss me off because if we beat the Jags, which I would probably say we will, because that would jinx it. But you know what I mean. But at the same time, if we beat the Jags, we're at 500. Then Minnesota could fuck that up for us, right? Who do they got after that?
Then they got the Lions, the Steelers, the Bears, the Rams, the Packers again, and then the Bears to finish off the season.
So they can rack off, if they beat my Niners, they rack off a bunch of those Lions, fucking weak ass Steelers, fucking help me out here.
I mean, you got the Bears twice, in the last couple weeks,
smacking them, right?
Maybe they just catch the Packers by surprise in week 17 or something.
Even if they get swept, that's fine. But they're gonna spoil it for a lot of these other teams. What does it take to be a 7 this year? 9 wins.
It might take 1 win over 500. So what would that be? 9-8?
Yeah, 9-7. Are we 9-8? Or do we need this 10-7? Is that what it is? It's gonna be everyone's gonna be in the mix. Look at how it is right now. Look at who the Bucks got left.
I mean, right now, like 5-5. You know, I mean, I think 5-4 would be the cutoff because they only have a bye. But I think the Saints right now are the number 7 seed as of right now.
Right now, okay.
And last week it was the Falcons. Like they were the 7 seed at 4-4. You know, so
and Carolina's what, the 8th right now?
Yep, they're the only 5. They're the only 5-5 team.
Okay.
Everyone else is under 500 once you get past them. Handful of 4-5 teams. Eagles are 4-6.
I'm like the Buffalo Bills in a bunch of my leagues right now. Where I'm like not that far above 500, and like it could just all go to shit quick. You know?
I mean, the Bills are 6-3. The Patriots are 6-4. That's what's crazy. Patriots are on a 4-game winning streak right now.
You feel me? And like it's crazy because they almost beat the Bucks too. When you think about it, they were in that thing. You know what I mean? Listen, now I'm just rooting for Mac Jones because he's the guy I didn't want for my Niners. Even though, like, if I had to make a case, he came from a zone run, a wide zone scheme with a Steve Sarkisian. You know what I mean? Out there in Bama.
Yeah.
So he could have walked on and fit extremely well in Shanahan's system. But Shanahan's like, I want a mobile guy, you know what I mean? Not more cerebral, you know what I mean? And just makes the right decisions.
Yep. And Antonio, what up, bro? Said Isaiah Simmons or CJ Mosley. I'm going to go with CJ Mosley so you can cheer for one of your Jets. I mean, Isaiah Simmons, he's been a little bit hit or miss over the last couple weeks, at least his boom bust.
He's the guy that's going to never leave the field, basically. You know what I mean?
He's going to boom versus the Dolphins this week. It's going to be a big game. Oh, yeah. Then you'll be able to play him the week right after that, going up against Houston as well, too.
And he's going to they're going to lose time of possession, so you know that defense is always on the field.
Yep. All right, couple more questions, and we're getting up out of here. And we got from I'm an Island Boy. Who should I play? Pick 2. CD, Deontay, Bateman, Mooney, or Ayuk. I'm going to go with CD, and I'm going to go with Bateman as of right now. Things could change.
I like CD and Bateman. Bateman over Ayuk.
And always make sure you're tapping in because the answers could change. And Jordan Lowry, what up? Would you guys accept this trade? I trade away Corey Davis and Donta Foreman, and I acquired DJ Moore. I would have been hit trade. I wouldn't have even had to ask us. Just go hit it right now.
Like yesterday.
Go do that. Go do that.
Yeah, the comment should have said, it should have said grade the trade. And you would have got an A.
Oh, yeah. You would have got an A++.
Yes.
Zeb, what up? Mac Jones or Baker? I'm going Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Baker's on a run first team, and just Mac Jones is just making plays. Like he's just better than Baker right now. Baker's all banged up. He got one leg, one knee, one shoulder, hella duct tape.
Man, in those leagues that I'm in, the 2 QB plus Superflex, I got Mac Jones in so many of those. He was like my number 4 QB that I snatched up. So it was like so dope when I had guys like Jameis Winston in front of him go down. And I got Mac Jones just to throw up in there, not even skipping a beat.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Mac Jones is hella fun to play, bro.
Yep.
Because it's like he has such these he's in the shadow forever of the former apprentice. He's the new apprentice. You know what I mean? The new Prince of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing his thing.
Oh, yeah. And right after the show, I got to call you and tell you something that you just reminded me of. We can't spill the beans on the live stream, but I got to tell you something so funny. And here we go. So, yeah, and Mac Jones, man, of course, dude. And Big Kong, quick question. Anyone playing Yahoo Fantasy Football Leagues has the button to start active players always been there? Is it new? I feel like that's got to be new. I don't even know if I've seen that.
It's new, and it's fucking bum as fuck. Put the effort into it. If you're sitting there taking shit, set your lineup. This is for motherfuckers who want to play, like they're in work leagues, or even just they're not tuned, they're not tapped in, right? So this shit it's on fucking auto. It's auto, animatronic. What's the word? Help me out here.
Animatronics.
It's
the AI shit.
It's autonomous, basically.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Drive the car, right?
And definitely don't give Yahoo the money to have their AI analytical shit like tell you who's the better player because
give us the money and we'll fucking tell you. You know what I mean?
Patreon.
And I swear that's hella annoying with Yahoo. And on the flip side, Sleeper, what annoys me is because everything like trends and so everything thinks the fantasy community that we all know and love, it funnels it all into Sleeper. And just no one has to think. I hate that. So like, what's funny is like it's the challenge to pick up these guys. We're noticed like people are asking about Foreman. Do I pick him up? We were telling people to pick up Foreman 2 weeks ago as a speculative grab. You feel me? Like it's the challenge because now it's gonna be trending. So now people's like they're not thinking for themselves. They're like, oh, I get him like because everyone else is getting. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's the thing too. Always with fantasy football. When the transaction trends or whatever, when they're there, it's already too late. They're usually already picked up by that point. We're all about being a week or two early. So we may tell you to pick someone up 2 weeks early just to sit them because we know that something's going to happen or pick them up and sit them just in case they boom.
Yeah. Like, you know, like before this OBJ nonsense, we were on the way to like having like the most come up on Van Jefferson because if Robert Woods still goes down and you know what I mean? And you know the Rams didn't get OBJ. It's like Van Jefferson booms, and we told people to get Van Jefferson like mid-October. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this guy snaps her up. He's getting hella targets. Swoop him up. You know what I mean?
Yep. And Austin, what up? 10-man format. Can I drop Sutton? My bench receivers are Emmanuel Sanders and Bateman. No, you can't drop him. Anybody who goes up against the Eagles, if you are the number one wide receiver on your team, you're going to be going up against Darius Slay. You're going to get shut down.
You're going to get slayed, huh? Forget about it. He's getting whacked.
So just remember that. Anybody who goes up against Darius Slay for the Eagles, the number one receiver opposing the Eagles, is always going to tamper your expectations, no matter what.
Benito, he's like one of the only guys who's shadowing, if I'm correct, right? For real.
Yeah.
Like,
and
yeah, go ahead.
Nigel said, think it's Cam time. It's getting damn close. He's re-energized, and look what he does when he gets into the end zone. He can make it happen. Jalen Hurts or Cam? Still going to go Jalen Hurts. And he said, bong, bong, can't wait for the puff, puff pass. Hell yeah, I'll make sure to I'll let you guys all know the exact day and time. Nick Von B, what up? Said, what up, 420 crew? Trying to decide on a running back and tight end. D. Williams, Gallup. On my bench, everyone else is on a bye. I'm going D. Williams. I mean, I know CEH might come back, but I don't care.
They only said might. So right now I'm saying Williams.
Yeah, and you already know, Nick Von B, how it be. If more news changes, our minds may change.
I just realized Darrell Williams, our man Double Barrel Darrell, he's from LSU, huh?
I believe so.
Because so is Clyde. See?
Yeah.
Clyde do better.
Yep. LSU.
And Clyde can't pass pro. They're not risking that. They're not playing that game no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't need the $500 million man taking any extra unnecessary hits. And John, what up, John? Trade Tony and Ertz for Mooney. I don't know. I mean, Mooney hasn't really been anything special like that. I almost feel like I'd rather just have Ertz for the,
I think Mooney is another one of those guys. He's like a dope WR, like a dope third receiver in 3 receiver leagues. Like he's one of those guys, like because he can have a big boom week, and like most of the time he does it in 1 or 2 plays, but he gets a lot of opportunities. I think this bye week really gets them together. They open up against the Rams. I'm wondering if Marlon Humphreys would be on Allen Robinson, right? Even though the guy to really be on is Mooney because he's the one producing. But I would assume Marlon Humphreys would be on Robinson, right? So I kind of like Mooney this week. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, I'm not making that trade, but I'm just saying I like Mooney this week.
And Zeb, yeah, Lamb should be good. I mean, I don't even know if he's.
It's a bruise.
Yeah. We'll see what happens tomorrow at practice. He may just get the day off to rest, but I'm assuming he gets in limited on Thursday or Friday. That's all he needs.
You know what's crazy is like it's like the terminology has changed over the years. Well, not changed. They just started using more specific things, right? Like one time I was like, I didn't know what the fuck it was. All of a sudden, instead of saying a bruise, they would say contusion. And I was like, hey, babe, my girl's a nurse, right? I'm like, hey, babe, what's contusion? She's like, it's just a glorified way of saying bruise. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh shit, but then because that sounds severe, bone contusion. I'm like, what is that? Is it poking out? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's just a bruise. Like he'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
Anytime you hear that, don't worry about that shit. Is what I'm saying.
Max Cobble, what up? James Conner, AJ Dillon for Kareem Hunt. Nah, I'm holding.
Yeah, fuck that. Kareem Hunt's not coming back till after the bye week.
Yeah, I'm holding. And Austin, they have a button for Yahoo Fantasy Hockey. It's new for football. Okay. I mean, for something like hockey, hockey, basketball, baseball, like I can understand it for stuff like that because that shit's like every damn day, that's what I keep up with.
See, because you know why? Because if I'm ever in those leagues, I'm a hack. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I'm not gonna front like I know what I'm doing. So yeah, I get that part of it. But if you're in our leagues, don't be a hack. You know what I mean?
And old Walter, what up? Said I traded Carter and Gibson for Swift. W, my other RBs are JT and Kamara. I mean, I was telling everybody, however much they were jumping off the Gibson cliff, like I was saying, don't do it. He's still hurt. And then what happens? He comes back, the healthiest that he's been. You heard it on this show. That's where our whole 180 came on Gibson when he came back and was limited in practice. On a Wednesday, we said start him. It's the healthiest he's been since week 1.
Mm-hmm. I was there. I seen it. And here's the thing is because that was fucking phenomenal. It was the first of this year, and he balled out. And you know what was crazy? Is like he was the guy that this pissed me off. This Patterson is getting a lot of work in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Bye week, you really get some rest, bro. Like he needed that shit because he had that shin fraction or whatever, or what is it? This shin splint. You know what I mean? And I remember watching some fantasy doctor shit, man. Shout out to Jesse Morris, friend of the show. This dude, he said he needs like a 2 weeks off. Like that's the only way that heals because it's you can't really do anything until it's almost a fracture basically, but it's a pain tolerance thing and it's also a ticking time bomb. He said if he doesn't get rest or take it easy, and if you notice the past 4 weeks they were lightening his load maybe for those purposes. You know what I mean? Then he gets the full bye week, comes back strong, and watch tomorrow if he's in if he's not even on the injury report, it's fucking amazing. Like everyone go trade for. Well, you can't trade for Gibson now. You know what I mean?
But so I'm gonna say it was a tie because I do like Swift. So I think that you potentially got the best player in the deal here. But Gibson could, for the rest of the way, if we're just talking from when you traded, because we don't count what happened before. That didn't mean shit for your team.
What's the schedule?
I don't know. We don't have enough time to go through the schedule, but I like Michael Carter. I like Gibson. I like Swift. So either way, you got good players going in and out. Let's see. And Antonio, there we go. I sat Sutton last week because of the matchup. You're always tapped in, bro. So I know you heard us talking about that.
Yeah, now it's hard to say if any of them are viable, like except for like maybe Judy for real, because he's getting the targets. Everybody else is ultering each other at this point. You know what I mean?
Yep. And Lou Triple D said someone offered me Pittman and Pitts for my Diggs. No. This is so if you were ever going to trade Diggs, it was going to be like well before this. You don't trade him after he has like his best game of the season.
Yeah, and like I don't really want like Pitts is not like what is Pitts, man? Just hype going into the year because he only has 3 games out of 9.
Yeah, and I'm even going to say there's only one game that was like a hella boom game, and everyone's going to remember that one game. But yeah, he's really only had 3 games where I swear he's been top 12.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, no. We always said it. For redraft, he's a year 2 guy. I only have him in one redraft league, and that's the Scott Fish Bowl because of their crazy-ass rules. for a tight end and all the extra scoring and all that shit. Regular redraft leagues, he was totally off my radar.
And here's the thing too, is like he's the number one guy to shut down. That's why Corduroy gets so much fucking work. You know what I mean? Like, and so many looks because they are scheming for Pitts. Pitts had 3 big games this year, and now the future teams that played him was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen enough of that. It's those rookie woes. One day he'll be able to eat and get through those double teams and shit like that. But he's still a rookie. He's still learning all this shit. And JJ said, "How much fab for Derrick Henry?" Not a lot, because we still don't know if he's going to come back. It really depends on where you are in the standings, things like that. But if I still have fab right now, which I don't in my leagues, but if I did have fab, I would be holding it right now.
All of it.
For Derrick Henry, you go all of it for Derrick Henry, even when a lot of people in the leagues might not even be trying to add him.
Half of it.
There we go. I was going to say, make sure whatever you spend, don't spend all of it, because who knows what's going to happen. But you really need to save some fab right now. I don't have any fab in any of my leagues. It's all gone. But for those of you who saved it, you need to be saving it now for like some running back or wide receiver who is really on a tear going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Couple more, then we are out of here. Spartan Dog 83 on Twitch. What up? You guys like Rashad Bateman? Yes.
Yep.
One word, yes. And Spartan Dog also says, I have Kyler Murray. Should I be worried? No. I mean, their bye week's coming up, so I mean, I feel like they're probably going to sit him this week
till week 13, and he should close your regular fantasy season out strong for you.
Oh yeah. Big Frank, Cooks or Bateman this week? I'm going Bateman. Cooks really hasn't been doing shit.
Yeah, fuck Cooks.
Yeah, they do got a soft game against the Titans, but
here's the thing. Cooks, this is one thing I always like to point out. When a player goes crazy early in the year, it's so polarizing to fantasy managers. They just chase that, and they keep considering putting him in over X. Just if the player's not producing, then he needs to show me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
that's for sure. All right. And don't forget, Bogard, just hang out after we get to the video real quick. All right. So we're out of here. I know we got a bunch of people watching on Facebook, so shout out to all you guys. Bogard, tell everyone on Facebook where to find you at.
Yeah. Hey, you can find me at the GMM Network, and you can subscribe to the GMM Network on YouTube and catch us this Thursday night for a special Thursday night edition of the Real Fantasy Playmakers live series, continuing the What If jump off. And it's also going to be / watch party type shit. But it'll already into halftime of the actual Thursday night game. And we're just going to do our thing.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see you there. Make sure to tap in tomorrow on Fantasy News Today. It's every Monday through Friday, 4 Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. I got a lot of live streams that are going to be coming. I'm doing a few waiver wire videos. We're going to do them live, so I'll be able to answer some questions. That's happening later tonight. I don't know exactly what time. It's going to be after Noble's American Ninja Warrior class. So we will see you guys there. Make sure you are tapping in. See you next time. Peace.
Peace.